Moses Malone, and of course the dream, Akeem Olajuwon, but a new chapter being written right now here in Texas.
Oh yeah, you think about Clutch City, Hustle Town, USA, but put all that aside. This team for the last several years has been on the edge of success. Let's see if they can take the next step.
And when you think of the Rockets, you think fun. This one could be as well tonight. The Blazers control the tap. Lillard to McCollum. Jay, how does Portland bounce back from the distance?
Go time is go time.
Substitutions, Houston.
Rockets have the ball. Here comes the screen. Yes, and the foul, and a chance at 3 coming up.
He should get some kind of act. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The refs bit, and that's the game.
One free throw, count it. It's a 3-point play, and the lead up to 8. Scores from the post.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
Has a chance. Gets a look. Can't hit. Lillard, defended by Eric Gordon. And the finish, slam dunk.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Driving right to the basket. And he knocks it down, Jay.
I could see the beads of sweat forming when he had to put the ball on the ground there. You still got it, though.
It's Portland ball. Lillard, defended by Tyson Chandler. To Rodney Hood. The drive, right to the basket. Tyson Chandler sends it away. Blazers get it back. Here's a chance from long range, not getting the bounce. Trying to cash in. Defender was right there. He has to know better.
And that's how you close out on a shooter with a sense of...
Oh!
Out there looking like the Kimbe Mutombo.
Took it right to him, and the defender was ready. Has a look. Knocks it down from mid-range.
Look, the Rockets don't take too many mid-range jumpers. Actually, last season, they led the league in three-point attempts. Glad to see them actually find a two-point shot relevant these days.
Tyson Chandler with a piece. Couldn't keep it in. It's out off Tyson Chandler. McCollum. Kenneth Faried able to recover with the block.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
To Faried. Tough shot and nearly a chance at a three-point play. No foul.
As my mother would say to the defender, A for effort, F for results.
To Lillard. Tyson Chandler rejects it.
You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position. I see everybody squatted down, really active with their hands. That's the mentality that will lead you to where you want to go.
D's got it. Damian Lillard, 2 of 4 now.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
Not that time. Has a chance. Off the mark. Well contested.
Woo! I like that intensity on that play. That's how you actually dig in the dirt and do your job on the defensive end.
Count the basket at the rim.
They're going to have to find answers defensively and quickly because he's carving them up in the first quarter.
Trailblazers take over. Lillard matched up with Rivers. Trying to cash in. D's got it. Damian Lillard. He's 3 of 5. 60% shooting from the field.
And a lot of folks last year, including myself, were surprised that Dame was named first-team All-NBA ahead of Russell Westbrook. Look, I love Dame's game, but come on, man. Russ averaged a triple-double for the second season in a row. Stop it.
Count the basket. He's feeling good. Defense has to get him out of his comfort zone.
You know, Ed, people don't understand. Tough shots are practiced every single day. With all these different contraptions out there to contest your shot, guys shoot 500 made shots a day. This is the new norm.
Lillard, guarded by the former Dookie. D's got it. Damian Lillard. He's now 4 for 6.
It seems like yesterday I was rapping with this kid during the NBA pre-draft workout. He looked scrawny. Nobody knew if he could really make it. But the arrow continues to point straight up for Dame Lillard. Another terrific season, a first-time All-NBA first-team player, tied for 4th in the league in scoring last year. This kid is no doubt about it. Dame time.
And the rebound taken down by Houston. Beyond the arc for 3. Jay, another one goes down. They're right where they want to be.
Exactly. Next play, you have to turn around defensively and get in the stance and actually keep that same kind of tempo.
Tyson Chandler with the block.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
Nice pass to get things going.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
Lillard, good sign that time, Jay, as they going to go down. But now let's see if they can get a stop on the other end.
If you're looking at this game like you're looking at your week, it's the first quarter, which means that it's Monday. It's early. Just because you had a bad Monday doesn't mean you can't have a great Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday.
Were you the kind of person who always had that case of the Mondays?
No, it's always Friday, my friend.
That's the way to do it.
Number 43, Anthony Tolliver.
Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
So many times we get on the defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
And the nice finish at the rim.
There you go. I like seeing scoring coming from unlikely sources.
Trailblazers with the basketball. Lillard picked up by Rivers. And he's fouled. Earns a trip to the foul line, Jay.
Guys like Gary Payton would always take ones early like this all the time. Number one, to see if they'll get caught. And number two, to leave a little mark on you to remind you that they'll be on you all game long.
Nope. First one does not go. Good bounce back. Hits the second. It's a 1-of-2 trip. Count it.
Contact on a drive can be a beautiful thing. Making those tough shots can really help you build a mental advantage over your defender.
McCollum sizing up Eric Gordon. To Lillard. Here comes the screen. Nothing going here on that drive. With a drop step. Lillard. Finger roll. Rocking the rim. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
Lillard. Oh, bad pass as the Rockets come away with it. Has a look. And it's Labissiere there for the rebound. Lillard defended by Tyson Chandler. To Whiteside. Deep left corner. Lillard for two. Shot by Lillard, no good. Won't go.
That's called a heat check right there. Surprised he missed that one. That was an open look.
Portland's got it. And the defender over pursues, and he's called for it.
Ed, you can't lunge like that.
Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes.
Substitutions, Houston. Entering the game for the Portland Trail Blazers. Number 5, Rodney Hood.
Short jumper stays out.
And that's next level defense. The defender took away the pocket space of the shooter. Now, as a shooter, they shoot hundreds of shots each and every day from that pocket with consistency. Now you force them to change the angle or the positioning of that pocket, you're going to lower the chances of them making that shot.
Can't connect on the first free throw. No good on the first, no good on the second. 0 for 2. Going to launch beyond the arc. Count it. Three-pointer is good.
You live by the three, you die by the three. And guess what? They're living large right now.
Portland has the ball. Clint Capella swats it.
This game is all about playing mind tricks on people. The offense is more worried about getting their shot blocked than they are about actually making the shot.
The assist from number 27.
Lillard picked up by Westbrook. Cleans it up. And he scores, plus the foul. Hassan Whiteside taking all comers. He'll go to the line for a chance at a three-point play.
People become so fixated on the hands or the arms or the strengths of the arms. I look at the legs. The strength of his legs help him power through that play. That's how you get and ones.
Free throw good. A three-point play. And they're back within single digits. Down by 9. Harden into the front court. Exactly a minute. To go here in the opening quarter. Couldn't.
Go time is go time.
Into the game for the Rockets. Number 27, Subbing in for Portland, number 24.
Driving is Lillard, but his shot won't fall. Lets it fly from beyond the arc, buries it on the catch and shoot.
When a rookie starts to believe that he not only can play, but more importantly, he belongs, nights like this become more and more common.
Knocked loose. Hustle pays off. They've got the possession. And this will get out of bounds. Last touch by Westbrook. Coach is going to shift gears.
Yeah, baby, here we go, here we go.
Substitutions, Houston. Substitutions, Portland.
Lillard to Rodney Hood. And he throws it down. Big finish for Hassan Whiteside. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
From long range, buries the 3. He's too good to leave that open.
And here's the setup, Ed, down the stretch. From a player who's been in these type of positions, eventually I'm going to hit you with a head fake, and you're going to have to jump considering I just made the last couple of threes, and that's when I find an easy way to get to the rim or force the defense to collapse to kick out for, guess what, another one.
Creates the space to bury the 3 on the step back.
Well, that change is inevitable. And one of the things that continues to fascinate me about this game, usually when you see a good three-point shooting team, their shoulders are square to the basket. That's no longer the case in today's game. These guys are off balance, they're moving different ways, yet they still have extreme shot-making ability.
It's Portland ball. Lillard. Kenneth Faried pins it. That's his 3rd block this evening.
Here's one of the biggest secrets as we move into this new age of basketball, especially in the draft room. You have to draft players with size and length. That's the biggest deterrent for any team offensively.
And they call it.
Just a tic-tac foul.
To number 27. That's his 2nd personal foul.
And hits the first free throw. Second one off the mark. He goes 1 for 2. Couldn't keep it in. It's out off Tyson Chandler. Lillard matched up with Rivers. Tyson Chandler sends it away. How you practice leads to that. Nice pump fake.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
A bad pass there. Blazers have it.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in 1st and 2nd grade. It's called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
Knocked loose. It's a turnover as they head the other way. Count the basket. A lot of contact. No foul.
Well, the shooting has been spectacular, but one of the things that I've seen as the difference maker in this ball game is how they are catching the basketball. They're not establishing a pivot foot, which leaves the defense wondering which way you can drive, but when that shot is working like that, you got it any way you want it.
I got ball. That's me. I got the help.
To Fareed. A pass stolen by Portland. Whiteside to Rodney Hood. Rodney Hood above the rim.
And if you're on defense on that last possession, no need to look over to the coach's bench, hold up your arms, wonder what did you do. Everybody got back, everybody communicated, everybody pointed. It was just better offense than there was defense.
End score, strong take.
Let me tell you something that nobody will ever talk about. Did you see him slow down right before he was about to go up? That slow change of speed, that slight...
Got a piece of it.
Jumping out the gym right now, Ed.
Great anticipation. Lillard picked up by Rivers. And the Rockets have the rebound. Great feed, sets it up. Lays it up and in.
And that is the sign of an unselfish team. When everybody in transition thinks they have a chance to get the ball because you have a willing passer, somebody willing to make other players on his team look great, that's only going to force your players to play that much harder on offense and give you more energy on the defensive end.
That's off the side of the rim, no good. And a putback slam.
Ed, it's pretty amazing how athletic bigs can be when it comes to getting an easy 2 points, huh?
Lillard to Rodney Hood. Lillard defended by Rivers. Shot by Lillard, no good. Has a chance, knocks it down from mid-range.
The assist from number 10, Eric Gordon.
Trailblazers take over. Here comes the screen. Tyson Chandler, huge block. From the painted area, won't go down. 4-3. And Portland comes up with the rebound. To Rodney Hood. Knocked loose. Hood shot, no good. Oh, great defense there, forcing the pickup. Easy pad to the rim. Now the Blazers will use a timeout as their coach wants to get a word in with his guys here in this third quarter. To Rodney Hood. Knocked loose. That's a turnover. It goes the other way. And he stepped out of bounds. Turns the ball over. The opposing coach is going to counter. Make some changes of his own. Trailblazers with the basketball. Lillard to Rodney Hood. Screen coming. Trying to cash in. Hood shot, no good. Gordon with it. His guys hold a commanding lead. He cruises in for two. Too easy.
That's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
Lillard to Whiteside. Kenneth Faried snatching it out of the air.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
To Rivers. Shot clock coming down to 4. Down to 3. Has a look. Wide open look, won't go.
I don't know why he rushed that shot. He was wide open. Take your time.
Lillard to Rodney Hood. Tyson Chandler tips it. Hassan Whiteside. He's now 4 for 6.
This may sound cheesy, but sometimes you just need to sit back, get a tub of popcorn, and just enjoy the show, because that's what you're watching right now.
To Faried. A bad pass there. Blazers have it. And abuses the rim with the big finish.
If you didn't dunk that, then we would have to talk about it.
Oh, leaves the defender in the dust. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Fires the 3. Won't go down. Lillard, defended by Eric Gordon. Nothing going here on that drive. Lillard. Shot from in close, no good. Has a chance. And the rebound taken in by the Trailblazers. Tyson Chandler sends it away. Trying to cash in, missed it. He always has the green light, but the defense was ready. Gordon with it. His guys holding the big lead. He gets it.
Well, he finished strong because he was able to initiate the contact. When you initiate the contact first, you bounce off the defender, which balances you at the rim.
Looks like some substitutions are coming on in. McCollum picked up by Rivers. Great hustle. That's what you like to see. To Whiteside. Nice follow-up on the dunk there.
We're watching a clinic right now. We're watching basketball one-on-one. Whoever this professor is, he needs to get paid top dollar.
Has a look. Off the mark. Not a high percentage shot.
And that's next level defense. The defender took away the pocket space of the shooter. Now, as a shooter, they shoot hundreds of shots each and every day from that pocket with consistency. Now you force them to change the angle or the positioning of that pocket. You're going to lower the chances of them making that shot.
Austin Rivers. Here comes the screen. To Rivers. Lets it fly from long range. Yes. Give the advantage to the shooter.
Yeah, and what we're seeing is a brilliant offensive display. You have ball movement, player movement, and great shooting to top it off. You get those three things going, you're going to be a dynamic offensive unit.
McCollum, defended by Rivers. Five on the shot clock. McCollum with the shot, no good. A shot at the buzzer. That ends the third quarter. It's been all Rockets. It's the Blazers with the basketball as we start the fourth quarter, and they've really had very little go right for them on either end of the floor.
Remember that old line, your attitude determines your altitude? Well, when you see dejected faces on the sideline, that poor body language gave you an impression that they had no chance to win this game.
For three, off the iron, no good. To Lillard. Deep right corner. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
Ed, I have so much admiration for guys that continue to hunt their shot. They're playing the second half like it was the first 5 minutes of the ball game. Those natural-born leaders are guys that will consistently lead your team to the promised land.
Cash is in. Someone has to get into a zip code.
You know, it reminds me, Ed, of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
Doesn't have the touch. No good.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
Here comes the screen. Zach Collins against Clint Capella. It's a big finish.
And when you get your prescription, you take your medicine and you call it a day.
To Westbrook. And look out. At this point, they're twisting in the wind.
Were you looking for a response from me? Because I don't really know what else there is to even say. I mean, is this even a game? I mean, we should just start packing up and getting ready to go right now.
Lillard to Ken Bazemore. Here's a chance from long range. And the rebound by Nene.
And you knew this game had a chance to get out of hand pretty quickly because of the communication. When these guys stepped on the court, Ed, they were yapping back and forth to each other. And that kind of communication, that kind of collective responsibility to one another, you feel that on the court. That's why this team is special.
Tolliver picked up by Nene. Lillard. Just enough of a head fake to help on that one.
The okey doke. Let's see if he'll try that one again.
Beyond the arc for three, and it's a Blazer rebound. Lillard. To Whiteside. Oh, emphatic slam.
It's that easy, Ed. You never want to leave any doubt when attacking the rim.
Add 2 points to the board.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. And he knocks it down. Jay, nice look right there.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you
Hey, this is our game. Let's take it home now. Let's go.
Substitutions, Houston. Stepping in for the Portland Blazers.
McCollum picked up by Rivers. Short jumper stays out. Perfect feed to set up the basket.
So many people think making assists is creating something razzle and dazzle. Sometimes giving the ball up early is the right play and the most efficient.
Oh, they call the foul.
Ed, you can't lunge like that.
McCollum to Ken Bazemore. He won't get away with this one. Referee calls it intentional.
Not a smart play at all. The reason why we have techs in this game is to protect players. You know better than that.
McCollum defended by Rivers. Portland down to 4 to shoot. McCollum to Whiteside. Scores from the post.
Ooh, shows like this separate the good players from the great ones. The good players, they have good first halves, and then they fade to black in the second. The great players, they just sustain that kind of dynamic energy throughout the entire ball game.
McCollum to Rodney Hood. Here comes the screen. Shot clock, it's coming down to 4. Now down to 3. Hood shot, no good.
Just seems like there's lead in the feet of the defenders. You have to bounce quicker to the ball to deter that shot.
Count the bucket for 2.
And cutting hard in transition is one of the most underrated things about this game. The harder you can cut is the more it opens up the floor to make plays just like that.
McCollum to Rodney Hood. Screen coming. And hits for 2.
And Ed, here's my offensive theory. More touches, more points. This is a fast-paced league. Either the coaches adapt or you'll be left behind.
Has a chance, gets a look, can't hit.
We call some of these players practice players. You know, the guys that make 5 out of 10 shots in practice, but then all of a sudden they're not gamers because then they're making 1 of 10. That's exactly what you want him to do. You want him to take those kind of shots.
Shot by McCollum won't go. Can't connect. Has to know what's a good shot and what isn't.
And it's never a great thing when you're talking to yourself the entire next possession about the shot you just missed. Now you know you're in that player's head mentally.
Give him 2 points. High percentage.
This is why I go back into player mode. If a dude starts to try to have 40 points on me, I'm going to foul out. I'm going to start hitting him in places he's not used to being hit. I'm trying to do anything to throw him off his game.
And they call it.
Timing was just a tad bit off.
Short jumper won't fall.
See, when good shooters catch, they just shoot. When bad shooters catch, they become hesitant, reluctant. That's the first sign of a guy that doesn't have confidence.
Nice finish at the rim.
Man, that may not have been a gimme, but that layup at the rim definitely chips away at the pride of the defense.
Portland's got it. Cruises inside for 2.
Just a ball-handling wizard, still putting people under his spell.
And count the basket.
Let me tell you something that nobody will ever talk about. Did you see him slow down right before he was about to go up? That slow change of speed, that slight change was just enough to throw the defender off.
McCollum picked up by Rivers. Can't connect from in close. Trying to cash in. And the rebound taken in by the Blazers. McCollum into the front court. Down a bundle to Ken Bazemore.
Hey, good contest.
Short jumper misses. To Rivers. Fires the three. Nope. On the follow. Way to stay with it.
That's what I'm talking about.
To Rodney Hood. Going to launch beyond the arc. And the rebound taken in by the Rockets. To Faried. Kenneth Faried powers it down.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
McCollum matched up with Rivers. And the rebound comes down to the Rockets. Yes, it drops. Little drama on that one.
There's something that is so impressive about what we saw this evening. Not just the shot-making ability, but the fact that not every shot came from the pocket. There were some bad passes being made, and the shots came from different places around the body which aren't usual for the typical shot. That shot-making ability, that's something special to watch.
Now a steal as the Rockets have it. His man was close, but he finds a way to score. Just inside the arc, at the buzzer, it's the Rockets who are victorious as they win this one in very convincing fashion. That does it. For my partner Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. As we say, so long, everyone.
Here we go with the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Rockets put one in the win column with a solid performance. Sometimes a team can hurt itself by being too aggressive on defense. And sometimes a team can guarantee itself a win by using defensive aggression in a focused way, like we saw here today. The Rockets got their score from the guys you're seeing here on screen. The Trailblazers didn't lose big, but it wasn't exactly close either. And even though some of them smiled and shook hands with the other guys after the game, you could tell by the way they headed to the tunnels how disappointed they were about this loss.
Game track. Defense. Player of the game.
If you asked him